But you know what? Anyway, yeah, I'm giving boxing one last chance.
Even me.
Bro, I'm giving it one last chance, bro. You see, after that fight there, I laid down and I said to myself, I'm giving boxing one last chance. I feel like boxing is now putting me in a state that football puts me in now.
Football don't put me in that. Because at least with football, a goal is a goal for the most part.
Yeah.
It's not really debatable.
Yeah.
It's in.
Yeah.
It's not one of those, I don't reckon that should have really been a goal, so it's not a goal.
Yeah.
It's in. It went in.
Yeah.
Whereas in boxing, it's just so mad that the scoring can be so subjective.
It's absolutely... Let's go from the beginning, yeah? So we're talking about the Tyson and Wilder fight. So what was your predictions? What was your pre-fight predictions?
So my pre-fight prediction was that Tyson Fury would be schooling Wilder, but Wilder will catch up with him later on. Maybe, I said between 7th and 9th. Hit him with something that he just couldn't really recover from.
Okay.
So I thought he'd be getting schooled.
Yeah.
Would land something big and would end the fight. Almost happened, but that's the best I've ever seen Fury.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. See, this is the thing. Let me be clear, yeah. I am not trying to make myself seem like I am a Tyson Fury expert. All I know is I've seen him fight a few times, and like it was just never that great for me. Yeah,
it's
maybe for a boxing purist,
that's exactly
you'd see it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I see some of his fights or whatever, I ain't really that interested. This time I was really interested anyway, yeah. But I'll tell you why I was kind of, why I bought into this fight. But my pre-match predictions was almost the same thing. I thought, you know what, Fury's gonna do okay, but I think that Wilder stops him around 8-9.
Yeah.
Knocks him out cold. Which would have been, because I know that Tyson's been knocked down one time before, innit?
Nah, way more.
Has he, yeah?
A few times, he goes down. He gets back up, but he goes down.
Okay, we'll definitely chat about that.
Yeah.
But then, so then prior to all of that now, obviously, did you watch any of the build-up stuff?
Yeah. So I watched the All Accesses.
Yeah.
It's really like, I kind of not fell out of love with boxing since Mayweather's left, but a little bit of glamour has left since he left. So when I find these big kind of fights like the Canelo Triple Gs and that, I only really buy into them. So I watched the All Accesses, I've been watching the camps, I've been like just trying to keep an eye on how they're both progressing.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it would change the result that much, just because we know Fury in terms of talent is way, way more skilled than Wilder.
Okay.
But Wilder has the bang.
Yeah.
So it's the equalizer. This is what everyone loves. Like the perfect matchups in boxing are always the master boxer against someone who can bang.
Yeah.
That's what you get. Like it's on a knife edge. But
the heavyweight division has kind of always been like that, no? Hasn't the heavyweight division more been like, this is my analysis here. So like the heavyweight division has been like, you just want to not see a man get knocked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But with the lighter divisions, you kind of want to see a good boxing match.
I feel
is that inaccurate?
I think it's only like that because at heavyweight there's usually less skilled boxers and a bit more. It's more brute force and big punches. Whereas at a lighter weight you need to be really nimble and think about before and after punches. Heavyweights typically, more often than not, think about the punch. Whereas Fury's the opposite. He thinks about before and after the punch. His movement before, throws the shot and he's already on his way out. And then Wilder's just all about clocking you, innit? Like he's gonna, that's it. I just want to land something and then wing it.
Who did you want to win?
I wanted Fury to win, but
why?
I wanted Fury to win because I like Fury. I've always liked him. I think like he's got a mad character, but I like it.
Okay.
But there was a part of me that wanted Wilder to win because I would have liked to see Wilder AJ.
Okay.
Because I think that's more of a firefight, whereas Fury's always going to diffuse you.
Yeah. Some people don't know this, because there's a lot of casual boxing fans like me that may not understand. Basically, if Wilder won, then his next fight is set up for AJ. Apparently,
I don't know if it would have.
That was what the talk was going to be.
Yeah.
However, if he was to lose, then it would mean
It's
that
a
there's a rematch clause,
Yeah.
which then means that them two have to fight again
Yeah.
before that AJ fight can happen.
Yeah.
Which then means that fight's not gonna, the AJ and Wilder fight
Yeah.
that everybody wants to see,
Yeah.
apparently isn't gonna happen for some
Yeah.
time. All right, so boom, I wanted Fury to win, yeah, because I just like Fury.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I like the fact that sometimes when he's driving his cars, listening to reggae music
yeah,
and stuff
bro,
like that.
yeah,
Do
bro.
you know he had a dub play? I can't even remember what tune it was, yeah. But he was playing the tune in his car, some reggae tune. He had a dub play of it.
Yeah.
So straight from then I was like, I like this guy.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. So I watched did you watch the Rogan and Fury interview? The Joe Rogan?
No.
All right, so that was good. And that was when like Fury elaborated and talked in depth about his depression and his anxiety and almost killing himself and whatever. And then he talked about like being a gypsy and the struggle and this, that and the other, and that they've been fighting for 100 years or whatever.
Yeah.
So Wilder's taken this as what? Hold on a minute, you're talking about you lot being fighting for 100 years. That's when Wilder came out and upped the race chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Wilder came out and then upped the race chat now, talking about what? We've been fighting for 400 years.
Yeah.
When Wilder took off his glasses and looked in the man's face and started screaming out to this day.
To this day.
Yeah, to this day.
To this day.
Yeah, I was going to try and find it, but yeah, when he started screaming out that, there was this part in me that was like, I don't really want to be an Uncle Tom, you know? Like, I feel like I need to support this guy now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When he upped the race chat, I thought, you know what?
Yeah.
I kind of need to support the brother a little bit.
Do you know why that didn't even occur in this fight? Is because it would be different if you're fighting, a very English person.
Okay.
But as far as Tyson Fury is concerned, he's been he doesn't even consider himself. So he's listening to reggae.
Yeah.
Like this is someone who feels that the mainland England and the English people aren't behind him because he's a traveller. He feels like he may as well be black.
Yeah.
In many ways. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's weird. Like Fury's kind of like man them.
Yeah.
In a weird way. Do you know what is mad? I've had some mad experiences with travelers, you know?
Yeah.
Like, some mad experiences.
Yeah, everyone
with them.
has.
But like, it's weird because it's like, in my experiences with travelers, there's been like a couple that I've really got on very, very well with.
Yeah.
And that like, they check for me and I've checked for them or whatever, and they're about their
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But the rest of the fam ain't really fuck with man like that.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Or they're kind of cool, but you can be kidnapped at any moment.
It's a tight-knit community, and them lot are genuine, they're real people in terms of they're not really on this whole passive aggressive. It's aggressive, isn't it? Like it's.
I remember.
It's on.
Do you remember? Just talking about travelers quickly, yeah. Remember, like travelers used to just park up in the park, just random in the ends. Did they ever come around your bit?
Oh, do you want to know about my story with travelers?
Go on.
In fact, no, I've had. Yeah. Obviously, Laylo's just down there. It's by the travelers site, isn't it?
For people who don't know what Laylo.
It's a radio station.
Okay.
Or was a radio station.
Yeah.
So obviously, growing up in Grove, you're cool with the travelers. You're cool with them, innit? Like you grow up, I was always around. Everyone's cool. And one day it all changed for around a year, where some travelers, I hate calling them travelers.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know.
Do they like that?
Well, I think
because I don't know whether I've never known whether it was cool to call them a traveller
or a
call
gypsy,
them a gypsy.
but he calls himself gypsy
because
king.
sometimes like gypsy was like you would say that it's
term,
like you say that to this man, you gypsy,
but
they call themselves.
So I'm gonna say the Irish lads, yeah.
Okay.
Or the travellers, cool.
I think
I think it is. It has to be cool, innit?
Cool. Yeah.
Anyway, so I've come out my house and for whatever reason, I'm not even in the greatest mood already. So I've come out my house and a car's parked up, pulled up next to me, a van. He's just like, do you want to buy a TV?
Oh shit, I've
I was
had
like,
that.
Nah. He's just like, bro, look at it like it's a Sony Bravia. You remember them days?
Yeah.
Sony Bravia. It was like 2 bills, 40 inches.
Yeah.
I was just nah. He showed it. He's like, bro, I was just like, nah. I said 120 or I'm off in it. I was going somewhere. And he was just like, all right, cool. 120, we gotta be fast though. I said, give me a second. I've gone back in my house, grabbed the bill 20, come outside, giving him the bill 20. Now, obviously, it's a bookie transaction.
Of course.
I'm no stranger to bookie transactions.
Yeah,
so I'm literally I've given him the piece, taken the box and walked. I haven't even gone inside my house. I've walked with this box to my friend's house, which is only over there, innit? Yeah. So I've gone in the house. I'm thinking, yeah, well, like, I've flipping just got a bargain here, absolute bargain. 120 Sony Bravia, 40 inches.
40 inches.
Telling my boy as I walk in the door, I was just like, oh, like I was like, he had more, he had a couple more. Should we go outside and see if he's? Anyway, I go to open this thing.
Oh no!
Onions.
Oh no!
The whole
onions.
Onions.
Oh my
onions,
God, bruv.
So I'm obviously not best pleased. I cooked with the onions because there's no way. It's a lot of onions I got. I probably got a bill 20 worth of onions if I'm honest. So it's like I cooked with them, best tasted onions ever, and they would have to be for a bill 20.
Yeah.
But from that moment, I decided, all right, I'm going down. I'm going lay low, innit?
Okay.
Like I'm on you. I'm on you now, and I don't even know who it was.
At this point, do you know that there's buried them down there though?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, did you go there one up?
No, I went there 2 up.
Okay.
But I went there on a like who from round here was driving a van selling TVs.
That's a very brave thing to do.
Yeah, but as in like it's not like we're still in Grove.
Okay, fair.
So it wasn't like it was never going to get too out of hand.
You're not way out of your comfort zone.
No.
Yeah.
And these lot will know my face
just
and I've
taken
been
over
on
the
that
park.
road
That's
since.
it. Yeah.
So, but I don't know if these lot are from there because obviously they're everywhere. Like they could have come from East London and decided to drive around here and da.
Oh,
so I'm
okay.
trying
So
to
wait,
apply
you
pressure.
didn't go to the traveller's site?
I went to the traveller's site, but I don't know if the people that sold me the TV were from the traveller's site.
Okay.
I just knew that they were travellers.
Fair.
So I've tried to apply some pressure. Hasn't gone down too well in the party side.
It didn't resonate. It didn't resonate.
So now it's looking like it's on.
Yeah.
For the whole year, it's looking like it's on. Anytime they see me, it was on. Anytime I saw them, it was on. But I like them because they are genuinely, apart from the times where they try to sell you the Chinese iPhones and all of that kind of stuff. They're straight up people.
You know what you're getting with them.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting with them. And do you know what it is as well? What I kind of like about them as well is that like whenever it's a passer, it's a straight square dance.
Yeah.
It's a fisting.
Yeah.
More time, they'll wanna fight.
Yeah.
They'll wanna fight. They don't. It's like I'm sure that obviously if worse comes to worse, there's tools and all of that. There's all of that. But ideally, they would actually like to just have a 1-on-1 or a 10-on-10.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah. They love that.
I've had we had. I remember one time they were forever just parking up in parks and that near where we used to live. But then like one time, me and my cousin, we were just proper young and just naive. So I'm just thinking, we've just gone down there and we just seen bare white vans and that. And by the swings, like they were by the swings. So and there's a trampoline because they set up a trampoline. So we just went on the thing and started
jumping on the trampoline.
But what happened
Maniacs.
but what happened was the little ones came and were just kind of like with us on the trampoline thing or whatever. Listen, imagine one of the dons in the white van in the traveller thing comes out. He obviously sticks his head out, goes back in, then comes back out and takes a shot. He's got a shotty.
Yeah,
he's got the big shotty. Yeah, but he's not pointing at us. He's just like moved the shotty around like that, like just around. In my head, I'm just completely baffled. I don't know why he's done that.
Yeah.
Now, as an older man, I've realised he's just letting us know what the whole situation is. All I'm seeing is as a kid, the man's come out of the white van and just pointed the shotty out into the sky or whatnot and just went back in. From that day, I said, you know what? I'm not going on them swings again.
Nah.
And then we used to have to skate by there bare times. I remember one time we got anyway, I don't want to character assassinate them still. But you know what? Yeah. But you know what? Aside from all of that, like there's always been one or two that I've really, really got on with on a different one. You know what I mean? But yeah, so anyway, with that whole race thing or whatever, I still push that aside because I think Wilder misunderstood where Tyson was going with that. Because Tyson, I think, was specifically talking about his family. Yeah. And I do understand also that, like, as a black American, when you hear a man say, we, 100 years fighting,
and as far as you're concerned, he's English.
He's English, exactly. I could see why you would misunderstand where he was going with that. Do you get me? But anyway, the fight now. the fight now.
Yeah.
Tyson looked very relaxed.
Yeah.
I've never, because I don't know whether this is a new thing or whatever, but he just looked very relaxed.
Always relaxed.
What's his name now? Wilder came in looking like, what was that thing that he had on his face?
I don't know. It's like half Bane, half kind of, I don't know. I feel like I've seen that in Captain America or something.
Yeah. It looks like it seems like
scary.
He definitely.
Yeah.
He definitely looked like he was like, he looked like a sort of king coming into the thing, but he was gonna mash up something. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll tell you one thing I love about this sport as well, yeah. This and UFC is that after all of the chat, after all of the talking, yeah. It's just two people in a ring or a cage, and toxic masculinity loud.
Yeah.
The toxic masculinity has gone all the way up. It's turned all the way up loud. Because this is a big ego thing now. Big ego thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, give me your analysis of the fight.
Cool.
The first few rounds anyway.
First few rounds, I remember being very impressed with Fury first round. Because obviously, when in these big fights, my heart kind of goes. It starts racing, and I'm just like, ooh, like I know because Wilder can bang, it can go at any second. It can just go off. So I thought Fury did a good job at diffusing Wilder early doors and not keeping his feet in one place. So there's no static target. He can't plant his feet to land a big shot. So he kept moving. So I gave the first round to Fury off. Literally because of 2 punches. Like, you could easily like score them 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Second round, I went with Wilder.
Okay.
For the exact same reason, and nothing really happened, but Wilder probably landed. If you had to give it to somebody based off one shot, I'd have given it to Wilder. Nothing really happened though. And then from 3rd to 8th, I think Fury dominated.
I'm sure it was like the 3rd round though that Wilder had him a bit, because from when I watched it, I remember seeing, okay, Tyson had the first round, then he had the second round, and I think the third round.
Do you think Fury had the
Fury?
You think
I think Fury had the first two.
Okay.
First two, and then I think Wilder, if I remember rightly, I remember feeling like he had the third. When we got to like the 5th round, yeah, I remember sitting there looking at the TV and thinking to myself, Tyson is clearly a better boxer than Wilder. Yeah, and like Wilder, like obviously in my mind, yeah, Wilder can box, yeah, and I know that he's got that one punch smack thing, whatever, that you could just knock a man out with or whatnot. But I didn't realize that he was so dependent on it.
Yeah,
like because it seemed to me, yeah, that watching this fight, all he was doing was just trying to just hit him with that one smack. And the thing is, yeah, sometimes you could see the one smack coming all the way from Oxford Street.
But I'll tell you where the difference is, yeah? This is where it was like, I do rate Wilder for his adjustments as well. Wilder's 6'7".
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's ever been the shorter man in a fight.
Fair.
First of all, yeah? So he's considerably taller usually than most of his opponents.
Yeah.
And he fights in the back of the room.
And pretty big as well, like, compared to them as well.
So he's able to kind of like, usually like judge distance better than his opponents and be out of range when he needs to be and in range when he needs to be, and he kind of just goes bam and he just throws a shot from the back of the room and something mad happens. And also his opponents, other heavyweights, can't move like Fury, which means usually more often than not he has somewhat of a static target.
Okay.
Whereas most heavyweights are going to catch shots on gloves and shell up and stuff like that, which is good for Wilder because Wilder's got like anywhere punches, I call them. So he can hit you on your shoulder and your leg pops out. Like he's got punches that he doesn't have to land on a button.
Even if you block the punches, he can still
hurt you.
Yeah.
Fury, it doesn't matter if you've got that kind of power because Fury slips all shots rather than catching shots. You very rarely see him catching shots. He's underneath them, he's out the way of them. So it means that like Wilder couldn't really use it. Like the skill level was so different between the two that Wilder kind of just really was more reliant on that big shot than ever before in any of his fights.
Okay, because this is the thing. I've only seen the fight. I saw a few of his fights, but I saw his latest fight before the Tyson one, but I didn't see the fight before, the couple of fights before that. Other stuff I just seen like clips on YouTube
Yeah.
or whatever, and then like
Yeah.
seen a cut like some of his early fights, the full ones or whatnot. But this time around, yeah, I felt like Wilder actually looks like he's on a thing of, I'm just not even on this bob and weave thing. Yeah. I'm just gonna try to just knock a man out one time, innit?
Yeah.
And like watching it for a while, it was like he's gonna end up finding himself in a position. If the more that the rounds was going on, the more I'm thinking he's gonna find him, because it doesn't look like this thing is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Even though you know it's always there.
Yeah.
Even though you know it's always there, it didn't look like it was actually gonna happen. And like, so I'm looking at one fighter who's like a lot technically better in Fury, yeah. And I'm looking at another guy who's in the ring right now on a puncher's chance thing.
Yeah.
Like literally on a puncher's chance thing. But then the first knockdown, when he knocked down Fury the first time, I mean, maybe it's testament to his power, yeah, but it didn't look like a proper.
But those shots
didn't look like a proper bang.
So it's not a bang. It's where it hits you. So like above your temple, like if you shake up there and
it just moves this leg,
bro, it just like rattles your balance. Goes in it. So you kind of like,
kind of think that still.
Like you're not necessarily hurt and you don't feel pain like that, but you know you're in like your balance is just not really there.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So you have to go. It's like equilibrium shots.
Yeah.
So that was what that first one was. Like he clips it. Wilder does that a lot. He hits people up here and he hurts their he just fucks up their balance, and then that's when he gets on them, throws 100 shots, and the rest steps in.
Okay. Because I noticed actually when he knocked him down the first time, I see him like sort of crouched over, looking like he was about to just run in.
Yeah.
But then he didn't do that.
Because Fury has such a good autopilot. Like, you see, like, if you've done something since you were 5 years old, yeah, and you know kind of how to react to when you're hurt and kind of what movements to be doing, then, like, and you've done them your whole life, when you are genuinely hurt in a championship fight, your body, it will just take over for you. Like, I think that's what Fury got up from both those knockdowns and probably won the round in terms of he looked better at the end of the rounds.
Yeah.
In both of them, he got up, and it was just a testament to like his autopilot is sick, because he wasn't just shelling up, because that's when Wilder has you.
Yeah.
He kind of he was
still
slipping.
That's when Wilder
he just knew what's supposed to happen. He just knows, all right, if a right hand comes, you got to get under, which means you got to get under the left hook that's probably coming after. Like he just had it. He just knew what to do. Like he's too good.
Yeah, I hear that still. When we got to around what round did he get knocked down the first time?
9th, I think.
9th. Okay. Yeah, when we got to the 8th, I think when we got to around the 8th round, I remember thinking to myself, Tyson Fury is messing up the bag.
Yeah.
Because this is not supposed to be happening.
No.
This is not supposed to be happening. And it looks like he might even get this thing on points. I remember saying to myself, you know what? Eddie Hearn is probably trying to get phone numbers of the judges. Yeah, to send text messages to ask for sort codes and account numbers. Yeah, that's all I was thinking. Eddie Hearn must be saying to himself, "Can somebody get me their number now, so I could just get sort code and account numbers? I'll transfer the P's now. Yeah,
right now.
I've got online banking on my phone.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, my accountant's there 24 hours. We can sort this out.
Yeah,
don't fuck this thing up.
Yeah.
Anyway. 12th round, I'm thinking to myself, I can't believe it. I was sitting there and I was thinking to myself, I'm very disappointed in Wilder. I can't believe this. As I'm thinking, I can't believe this, bang!
Yeah.
He caught him with it.
Yeah.
He caught him with it, bruv.
Yeah.
And knocked him all the way out, bro. I can't believe, I really can't believe that any person could get a bang like that and then get up.
It's mad. But what I will say is, like the commentary, was saying, I thought he was out cold.
Yeah, so did I.
But because of the angle I had, you couldn't see his eyes. His eyes was open, and when you see the other angle, when you see the other angle, it looks like actually I'm alright.
Okay, I'm
just gonna chill.
Oh yeah, but that's kind of what happens sometimes when you do get knocked out, though. Not knocked out cold.
But you see, like if you get knocked out bad, and you're really hurt, you'll see the chest like really pumping.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And you're really concentrating on just staying awake almost.
Yeah.
Like, but he seemed, bro, he's a madman.
Yeah.
He's a madman. He gets back up after being smashed to the canvas and puts his hand behind his back. Bruv, you just can't, like, those kind of people, they can only defeat themselves. You can't defeat them.
Yeah.
Not if they're on it, you can't beat them. Honestly, it's too much. I don't know how he got up.
I don't know how the hell he got up after that. You know, I don't know how he did it. I do know what's so funny about it, yeah? You have to watch this really closely, right? When Wilder licked him with them 2 punches, right? Obviously, Wilder started celebrating, doing the Harlem Shake and all of that now, yeah? And then, like, yeah, he just thought it was done. And then there's because the camera's on Wilder when this is happening, yeah? As soon as Tyson gets up, he looks as if to say, no way.
Yeah.
No way. Then he starts smiling as if to say, rah, okay.
This bro is a beast.
Yeah.
The thing is, usually you'll see fighters when you know you're really hurt, or not when you know you're really hurt, but you'll see them start trying to get up at 4 or whatever it is. Earliest possible opportunity to give them the longest amount of time to get up and underneath their legs, get their legs underneath them, sorry. He stayed on the floor till like 8, and he went, all right. And he just got up.
Got up, yeah.
He just got up.
Yeah.
Some people say it was a long count.
Yeah, that's what Wilder was saying.
I don't believe it was a long count.
I don't think so.
I think there's a lot of referees that would have waved it because he was just kind of staring at the sky.
Yeah.
But maybe the ref kind of saw that actually in that. Well, the ref said before the fight that he's going to give them every opportunity to get up. So he's going to count this out. And if you don't make 10, you don't make 10. But he made 10.
Yeah. Because that's one thing I thought. I thought the count didn't seem like it was a long count. No. But I just thought... I'm surprised the referee didn't just wave it off.
We've seen a lot. I mean, look, 20 years ago, like, refs weren't waving nothing off.
Yeah.
That Gatti Ward fight would never have happened if we had today's refs, basically, innit?
Yeah.
But they stop a lot of damage, but it means that we wouldn't have got to see him get up and then dominate the end of the round. Like, it's ridiculous. Like,
he got knocked out and then dominated the rest of the round.
Listen, like, this guy
because Wilder didn't come back in and start smacking him up. No. I thought that's what he was going to do, but then I was like, oh no, he's gassed.
Yeah,
he's gassed. Yeah. Like that, he literally pulled it all in them punches, and then that was that.
Yeah. It's a weird fight. I mean, the winners are us. I guess we got to see it. Ridiculous decision.
Yeah, so then obviously now the flipping... And I had a feeling anyway. I just had a feeling. I thought, you know what, they're going to give it as a draw. And the reason why I felt like they were going to give it as a draw is because of... I felt like they were going to give it as a draw because what was almost at stake. Yeah, and also the fact that Tyson was fighting in America.
Yeah.
Do you get me? I think had he have been fighting in England... I think he wins.
I would have thought that if all the judges were American.
Well, one of them was British, wasn't they?
Yeah, well, the British one's the one that
gave it to Wilder.
Well, I can't remember if that's the one Alexander Roshkin. I don't know if he gave it to, or if I think the British one gave it a draw.
Well,
but put it this way: there's New York.
What countries? New York, what countries Eddie Hearn from?
England. Yeah. It's mad. It's mental. Yeah, it's true. However, what I will say is, I didn't expect Wilder. Like, you expect certain people to get hometown advantage. Yeah. So Canelo in Mexico, you're not getting no decision.
Yeah.
Canelo in Vegas, you're not getting a decision.
Yeah.
Joshua at Wembley, you're not getting a decision, etc., etc., etc. There are certain places that you expect a home fighter to get a home advantage, but it being the WBC belt, which is a Mexican belt, and it being Wilder, and when it's all said and done, not too many Americans care that much for Wilder. Like, he's not their great American hope.
He got booed heavily. I guess there was a lot of gypsies and travelers.
Yeah, exactly. It's New York. Yeah. So for me, I didn't think he would be protected, but he obviously got protected because there's just no way. There's no way it's a draw. I've seen some people have messaged me saying, "Nah, man, it's a draw because he got knocked down twice." I'm just like, bro, like, I don't.
That's what I was going to ask.
I don't respond to those people.
This is what I was going to ask you.
People who get it.
What I was going to ask you is, explain to me what a fight looks like. Explain to me what a fight looks like. Yeah, really.
Yeah.
For a fighter to lose the majority of the rounds, get a couple of knockdowns, and then draw. Like what sort? Like how would they have? Like how would the other rounds had to have looked?
I think, for example,
Does that make sense?
The first 3 rounds are whatever you like, up in the air. But the one thing you can't do with those first 3 rounds is score them all for Wilder.
No, you can't.
So, but if you did do that, and if you are the maniac that did do that, yeah, and you gave all first 3 rounds to Wilder because it means you just like Wilder, basically, yeah? Cool. You gave them all to Wilder. And then you give the other 2 10-8s to Wilder as well, which I suppose you have to.
Yeah.
Then you have a draw.
Okay.
Then you have a draw. But we know that didn't happen.
No.
We know that didn't happen. We know that pretty much these weren't close rounds apart from those first 2 for me.
No, I know.
They weren't close rounds, like, at all. Like,
I wouldn't have been mad. I
clearly.
wouldn't even have been mad if I saw a couple of the judges had put Tyson down for winning a couple of rounds as 10-8s.
Nah. You can't.
Seriously?
10-8s are done on damage. If you're doing 10-8s without
So what's
knockdown,
10-7 then?
10-7s if you get knocked down twice.
What, in one round?
Yeah.
So what's 10-6?
If you get knocked down 3 times.
What's 10-5?
Usually is a free, like, if you get knocked down 3 times, 4 times in a round,
but ain't that
the ref
what?
stopping it.
Yeah, so there's no possible way.
I've never seen a 10-5. I've seen a 10-6. I've never seen a 10-5.
Is there no possible way there could be a 10-5?
There has to be. But usually, you're going to just have the most lenient ref. If someone's getting knocked down 4 times in a round,
Okay.
they're pretty much done.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
fair.
I've never seen
anyway.
a 10-5, but I would assume there's no rule against having one if
Okay.
you've just got one of those lion hearts that keeps getting up and he's fine.
Fair.
But I'm even arguing against the draw here. So I don't think Wilder won 3 rounds other than, as well as the 2 that he won by knocking Fury down.
Yeah.
And even if you do, you only have a draw. Now, I'll argue against that. Now, the fighter who, the judge that had it 115-111 to Wilder, he had his scorecard filled out before the fight.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
There was just no way you can see that. Remember, these are professionals.
Yeah.
These are allegedly the best people in the world for this job.
Yeah.
And they all saw a different fight.
I know.
So I think we have a problem with this. Like, I understand it's a subjective sport, but it can't always just be what you like.
Yeah, it's true.
Because what if I like the guy that's getting punched up? Do you see what I'm saying? It can't always be so subjective. And I think there needs to be some kind of, like, we're going to ruin the sport.
Yeah.
We're going to ruin the sport.
Do you know what, in my opinion anyway, if you look at Wilder's face, yeah, he knew he knew he didn't win.
Yeah.
He knew that he knew that it wasn't a draw.
Yeah.
In fact, he knew that he lost.
Yeah.
You could tell.
Yeah.
Like, I know that he's banking on the thing of, like, I knocked him down or whatever. And that's just the easy thing to say at the end, innit? Yeah, I knocked him down twice.
Yeah.
So I feel like I won it just off that. But even when Wilder was talking, yeah, right, especially right after the fight, he'd say, yeah, I thought I won the fight because I knocked him down twice. But yeah, it was a really good fight. And it was like trying to just, like, he didn't even want to discuss that.
He knew.
He didn't even really want to
knows.
discuss
He
that.
knows.
He didn't want to talk too in depth about that because if you talk too in depth and ask a lot of questions on it, then you will realize that we know that you know. Yeah, we know that you know. But I don't know, bruv. Like, there's only so much times I can take this thing, bro. Like, seriously.
We've seen it so many times just in recent months. You know, the Triple G Canelo won.
Yeah.
Triple G won that.
Yeah.
But I understand why he didn't get the decision.
Yeah.
Because you're in hometown advantage, etc. But that at least was closer.
Yeah.
These were closer rounds. Fury was winning these rounds by landslides. They weren't even like they weren't. You couldn't give them to Wilder. So I don't know.
I love the whole story as well, man. Because really, you know what? Like, Fury was out of the hadn't had a competitive fight for 3 years. He was retired for 2 years.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He was out smoking food.
Yeah.
He was on Cuba. You know what I mean? He was like going IB. He got mad fat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Bare Mandy every day.
He lost 10 stone. Do you know how big that is?
Bruv, that's me.
Yes, he lost.
Bruv, he lost me.
He lost the whole human.
How has Tyson Fury lost me?
With not ease, but it just seems to just fly off, innit?
Yeah.
It just flew off. That's what boxing will do.
It's crazy.
They will do it.
That's crazy. And he did that in quite a short space of time as well. But So obviously, you know what I mean, after coming back from doing the Mandy and Ibiza and, you know what I mean, peeling off and doing all that stuff, he's come back and then obviously being in the depth of his mind as well, and like going through that stuff, which is unfortunate. He's come back and he's put that performance on. You know what? You could see that even though he was upset about the draw, he was very happy with himself. Yeah. And so he should have been. Yeah. Because he knew, you know what it is, you know when you know everyone knows. Yeah. Everyone knows, and we all know what it is. Yeah. Yeah. And he did mention something that was very key as well, because somebody said to him in the post match conference, post fight conference, whatever, he was saying, someone said, you seem really happy with the draw. And Tyson said, one thing I need you to understand is there's like 8,000 to 10,000 travelers in here, right? If I instigate this, they'll smash the whole place up. Yeah. So it's better I act like this for you lot's sake. Otherwise, if I start acting up like that in the cage, I mean in the ring, then the dynamics of everything, the dynamics of everything just is mad. Yeah. So you know what I'm gonna do? Tell everyone to chill out, enjoy themselves, whatever. It is where it is. We both come out healthy, whatnot. We're both winners. You saw a good fight and whatnot. We'll just leave it as that. And I respect that so much because you know what? He really could have. He really could have caused an uproar. And if he did, all of them man would have been. They would have backed him. Yeah. They would have backed him.
100%.
And there was a fight that happened. When was this? I don't know if you know it, but you must know it. It's happened years ago, where I think one of the managers or one of the trainers jumped in the ring. And then they started fighting, Mayweather. and then the whole crowd. Yeah. There was like a big riot in the crowd.
Yeah, it was a Mayweather fight.
Oh, was it a Mayweather?
Yeah, Mayweather versus Abjudah.
No, it wasn't that one.
That one.
It wasn't that one. I think it was
50
before.
people in that ring.
Yeah, no, it was. This is like I'm talking about. I don't know. I'll have to try and find it and see if we can put the clip up here. But it happened a really long time ago. But it was a genuine riot in the crowd. Mad. Like people were pulling off the chairs and smacking each other with it and everything. It was a proper mad thing. But I'll find it and I'll send it to you anyway. All right, let me ask you this then before we get out of here. Yeah, what, like seeing what you've seen. Yeah. Does Wilder beat AJ?
So this is my thing, yeah. Now, it's a complex one because I think we're at this. We've got heavyweights now. We've got a heavyweight era where they can all beat each other. And when I say all beat each other, I mean Wilder can beat Joshua. Joshua can beat Wilder. Yeah. Fury could beat them both, and they can. It just depends who gets their fight. Fury could bamboozle both of them, for me. Yeah. But they're both big punchers, which means Fury can't make mistakes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's like
the Fury thing. To me seems like he could points win against both of them. Yeah, pretty easily if he avoids the bang. Yeah, but it's avoiding the bang.
Yeah, that's the thing. And 36 minutes is a long time. Yeah, of course, to avoid a bang.
And it does show that like even when Wilder wasn't doing too much, he knocked him down twice. Yeah, and he hit him. And he hit him with something that 99 times out of 100 a man's not getting up with. He just so happened to he put that all on the Jesus Christ and all of that for getting him up and whatnot. And you know what? I don't even want to take this to a different place here, but if the Lord Jesus Christ was the person who woke him up from that, why isn't he waking up other man from that as well?
Other man don't champion him like that.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Well, that's true. Bottom line, if you're fighting somebody where Jesus is in their corner, like it seemed it was, then I'm not sure how you can win. Maximum you can get is a draw. That's it. That's it.
Well, he might. Do you know what? He might have got the win if he championed God just as much. Because God might have been saying, hold on a minute, that wasn't even, like, Jesus had nothing to do with that. It was me that patterned this up. But I'll tell you now what, Jesus is my brethren. Because Jesus is my brethren. All right, cool. Anyway. All right, cool.
But anyway, the thing is,
go on anyway.
Wilder and Joshua will look different. That will be a completely different fight in terms of how it looks. Yeah. Because that will be a firefight. Yeah. Fury's going to just put out all the fires against both of them. But them two, it will go off. Yeah. Because they both want to land big shots.
Of course.
Whereas Fury just wants to make you miss forever and make you look like an idiot.
I see, in a fight like that, I actually see Joshua almost doing the same thing that Fury did, but in a different sense, that he doesn't like, it's not as clean. He might not hit him as clean and stuff like that, but I see him dominating Wilder, but then I see Wilder, because I just don't think Joshua can take one of them. I just don't think Joshua can take one.
It's different body types, isn't it? So Joshua's body he's got the type of body flipping just hit the bag a few times and the muscles swell.
Yeah.
And he's just a like genetic like monster.
Yeah.
But it might mean that he'll lock up.
But I feel like
as soon as you tense up and you become not fluid against a Wilder, you're in trouble. But
I actually see
Joshua's better than Wilder.
Yeah. I see Joshua knocking. The thing is, I see Joshua knocking down Wilder though.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because there's a couple of times where I thought if Fury had the punching power, if he had the punching power, he could actually knock him out now.
If Fury had the punching power, then it wouldn't be a question of who wins these fights.
Yeah, he would have knocked him down. So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking AJ knocks this brother down.
Yeah.
But I also see him getting I just think it just depends on who hits the hardest and who gets the cleanest shot and who gets smacked the hardest, basically. Because I definitely don't see that as a points fight. I don't see AJ and Wilder going to points. Somebody's getting knocked out.
Somebody goes,
clean.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I personally, I wouldn't know who to bet on. But if I was betting, I mean, I would go with the better fighter. If I'm betting, I'm going to go with Joshua.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be mad if I lost all my money, because I know it's not one of those fights that this can go up in flames at any minute.
That's when you're dealing with those two fighters, I do think that you're looking at it's the true essence of a puncher's chance fight. Whereas I feel like it was more on a one-sided thing with Fury and Wilder. Like Wilder was heavily dependent on this puncher's chance thing or whatever, and Fury was always going to just try and outbox him and go to the points. But these two, I just think either one of them could
it's kind of a case of who gets there first.
Yeah, basically.
Joshua makes less mistakes, I think, than Wilder. But Wilder fights he's probably faster than Joshua, and he fights not correct, which I think is one of his strengths.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't fight with conventional jab straight hands, and like he doesn't fight kind of how you should. It's harder to read.
Yeah.
So he'll just throw. He'll be like 10 miles away from you and he'll just throw a long right hand. And it just might land.
It
just might land. Like it's just no rules to it.
I also think as well, like what do you think happens now? Now that it is a draw, like, because Rembo said right at the start that if Wilder was to win, then the next fight is obviously after AJ, because AJ's got a fight, hasn't he?
No.
Oh, he doesn't have a fight?
No. His next fight's April.
Oh, okay. So I knew that he was fighting in April, but there's no one lined up for it. Oh, okay. So if Wilder was to win, then that fight would have been set for April.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's if he was to win. Hopefully he was. Okay, cool. Why did you say hopefully?
Because there's a lot of politics involved and there's a lot of egos
hence why they
involved.
didn't fight the last.
Because obviously Wilder will say, right, I want 50% or 40. He might move off it to 45 or whatever. But Eddie Hearn will say, nah, we're the A side. We want 65%. And you can have 35%.
Okay, so then there's all.
So it's so much.
I feel like they would have to negotiate that.
The politics is why these two fought in the first place, because both of them wanted the AJ fight, but they, as far as Eddie Hearn's concerned,
he's doing what's best for his fighter and his business.
But in a way, Eddie Hearn caught life here because it ended up in a draw. But if
that's what I was gonna say, because if Tyson actually won, then that means that fight in April is not happening.
Yeah, or Fury takes the place. I mean, I would say the bigger money is
because there's a rematch clause in that fight.
Yeah, but rematch clauses don't always get activated. And also sometimes people will pay them off instead and be like, instead of that rematch clause, we're gonna give you 8 million step aside money to just let me go and fight Joshua instead or whatever it is. You never know how it goes. Like, it's way above my head, but it hopefully would have happened.
So in April, what do you think happens?
I don't think either of them fight Joshua.
Well, I definitely don't think that Tyson's fight.
I personally think,
because Tyson did seem like he was like, I'm going to go and chill with my family right now and see what happens.
Yeah,
he called him out, But he just said, I'm just gonna just go on.
Yeah.
It just seems like, especially his trainer as well, because his trainer did say bare times in the press conference, I need a break, I need a holiday, I need to do all of that stuff. Yeah, and I know that it could just be purely off the fact that they've just finished fighting. They don't want to discuss anything right now. But I just got from the aura of everything that we're not trying to do this right now, man.
Yeah.
Like, we will fight him, but just not right now.
Yeah.
Whereas Wilder, I feel coming from that as well, he'll probably want to get a win somewhere quite quickly. He'll want to fight AJ and he'll want to get this bag.
I mean, I don't think Wilder will be the April fight unless Eddie Hearn decides, actually, do you know what? Let's do a 55-45 or make it fair enough for Wilder to want to take this fight now. Otherwise, I think it'll be Dillian White.
Oh shit. Yeah, and Dillian White fights on the 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So I think it will be that. Politics is always the thing in boxing, isn't it? So you've got different promotional companies that kind of keep their fighters in one place, and you've got Matchroom that will keep their fighters over there and offer them not as much as they think they're worth. And it's politics.
Yeah.
If it was no politics, we would have had this fight already.
Yeah.
But I think it's all right, man. These lot are young still for heavyweights. Let him marinate. If it has to marinate, let him marinate.
Fair. All right, well, yeah, man.